Hey, what is up guys, it is me Flavio here back with another Clash Royale video, and in this video I'm going to be doing some more live battles with my level 1 account. So let's get right into the first battle. And here I'm up against a level 7. I'm going to start off with a Valk in the back. And he's going to go Prince and Minion Lord, so I'm going to use my Giant Skeleton. Oh my god. Okay, I think I have to use my Ice Wizard here. My left tower is definitely going to go down. And my Valk on the right is not going to do much damage to that tower. There you go, I lost my left tower. And now I'm going to use my Tombstone here to counter the Battle Ram. And I guess the skeleton should be... Okay, no, the skeletons are not going to take out the Barbarian. So I'm going to use my Giant Skeleton in the back to take out the Barbarians and set me up for a counter push. He's gonna use Skeleton Army to counter the Giant Skeleton, so I'll log the Skeleton Army. And now, oh, he's gonna go ahead and mirror the Skeleton Army, so I'm gonna use Valkynar to counter the Skeleton Army. He's probably gonna use Prince on the right lane, or he might just go for the 3 crown and use Prince on the left lane. So, oh my god, he's got a Golem, so I'm gonna use my Inferno Dragon here to counter the Golem, and I'm gonna use my Tombstone to pull the Golem. So that should be enough to shut down the Golem there. And now I'm gonna fireball the Minion Horde. So now he's probably gonna rush me with Prince. Okay, he just arrowed my Inferno Dragon. That was weird. And he's probably gonna rush me with Prince again, so I'm gonna use... Okay, he's gonna let my Inferno Dragon do some damage to his tower, which is pretty good. And I'm gonna go ahead and use my Valve to counter the Battle Ram. And I'm gonna go with a Giant Skeleton here at the bridge. He's probably gonna use Skeleton Army, so I'm gonna pre-log. And that did not work. So now I'm gonna fireball the Skeleton Army and the Minion Horde. And he's gonna use a Battle Ram again, so I'll use my Skeleton Army to counter. And the Prince is also gonna get countered by the Skeleton Army, which is pretty good for me. But unfortunately he logs, so the Skeletons don't counter the Prince. And he's gonna go ahead and use his Minion Horde again. I'm gonna use Valkyr to get rid of the Skeleton Army, but actually the bomb got rid of it, so that was not a problem. I'm gonna throw in a Inferno Dragon here, just to see if I can get that 1 star on the right side. And I'm gonna use my Prince here, and it looks like I'm gonna get the 1 star on the right side, which is pretty good for me. And I'm gonna use Valk in the back. He's gonna use Prince, so I'm gonna use my Skeleton Army. He's probably gonna log. He's just gonna let my giant skeleton reach his tower, which is pretty good. And I'm gonna fireball there. And there you go. I got a lot of damage on that right tower of his. I'm gonna log the Skeleton Army to get some damage on the tower as well. And I'm gonna use Skeleton Army here to counter the Prince. And I guess I'll use my Giant Skeleton here. And then I'm gonna go ahead and fireball his tower, and that should be game. That's gonna be game right there. So this was an awesome game. I managed to make a comeback right in the end. Yeah, when there was just 1 second left, and I got a grand giant chest, which is awesome. Oops, and I just jumped into another battle. So let's play another match. I'm gonna go ahead and use a Tombstone here in the center. And I'm gonna go with a Giant Skeleton in the back, probably. Okay, he's gonna use Sparky, so I'll use my Inferno Dragon in the back to counter Sparky. And he's gonna use Musketeer as well, so I'm gonna log the Skeleton Army, and then I'm gonna use my Skeleton Army here to get rid of the Musketeer and his Sparky. And now I'll use my Giant Skeleton in the back, or I'll use my Ice Wizard here to get rid of this Witch. And I'll use a Tombstone here. And then I'm going to use a giant skeleton at the bridge to take out the witch. And I'm going to use my log to get rid of this princess and to get some damage on the tower as well. Giant bomb is not going to make it to the tower. Ice wizard is going to get one hit on the tower, and now I'll use my Valk at the bridge once the musketeer reaches the bridge. So there you go, Val's going to go at the bridge, and I'm going to use my Ice Wizard in the back again once I hit 9 elixir. He's going to use Sparky, so I guess I'll use my Inferno Dragon instead. And I'm going to use my Tombstone to slow down Sparky. He's probably going to use Skeleton Army. There you go. So I'm going to use my log here. And I'm going to use Skeleton Army to counter Sparky. So now I managed to shut down his push, and I have a huge counter push, but he probably shut it down with his Musketeer and Baby Dragon. So I'm gonna go ahead and place a giant skeleton in the back here, and he has a huge push coming, so I have to counter this. So I'm gonna log. I got the princess and the skeleton army for the log, which was pretty good. And I'm gonna use my Ice Wizard here. I'm gonna use Valk. And the bomb should get rid of all of his troops except the princess. I'm gonna go ahead and use a tombstone here, and I'm gonna go and place a giant skeleton in the back. So he's gonna use a musketeer and Sparky. So I'm gonna use my skeleton army here to counter Sparky. He's gonna use a skeleton army, so I'm gonna log. And now, okay, he had mirror, so that sucks. I'm gonna use another tombstone here just to slow down his Sparky. And I'm gonna use an Ice Wizard here. I think my Inferno Dragon should be able to shut down Sparky. There you go. And now I'm gonna go ahead and place a giant skeleton at the bridge to do a counter push. And unfortunately he's gonna use skeleton army, so that should shut down my giant skeleton. But my Inferno Dragon survived, which is pretty good. I guess this game is gonna end in a draw. I'm gonna fireball the princess and the tower. And let me use a Ice Wizard here. And I'm gonna use a Valk here. And I guess this game is gonna be a draw. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed watching the video. Thanks for watching, and see you guys in the next video.